Great Scott.
Great Scott.
Great Scott.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another dark edition of Great Scott. That's my hand. I'm Scotty V. Thanks for watching. Here I am, sitting outside for the Perseid Meteor shower. We've just had a cloud cover come over, so there's only a few patches of the sky that are still visible. But I thought I would take this moment to do a slightly different version of Great Scott. Hopefully it's not too bad. I'm sure I look insane. My eyes are glowing. I probably look like a demon of some kind. But the meteor shower, of course, reminded me of Smallville. Smallville was a fun little concept show that may have been successful if it were only on for more than 10 years. It was actually very successful on the little CW network, which obviously takes a little bit less of a ratings bonanza in order for it to stay on. Although these days, when you see shows like Gotham and The Flash only getting 5 million or less, a few years back on the regular networks, a show with those kind of ratings would be canceled very quickly. But Smallville on the CW, along with these other new superhero shows, don't require that kind of a ratings boost in order to stay on, which is great for us superhero fans because we get to keep seeing these shows and they last a little longer than they might normally otherwise last. Supergirl, of course, coming up very shortly here. We'll be coming on the premiere, which I guess most people who wanted to see it have already seen because it was released online, even though Warner Brothers and CBS, I'm sure, didn't want it to be released. I haven't watched it because I would like to watch it fresh when it comes on. But the meteor shower, back to Superman and Smallville. I remember when Smallville was being talked about before it actually came on. There were TV guide covers with Michael Rosenbaum, Tom Welling, and Kristen Crook on the cover, and I guess when you put them all together, they formed a picture of the three of them with meteors behind them, and then they had the Alex Ross Superman, I think, was the fourth cover. Even though the show wasn't really about Superman, obviously we at the Superman homepage and myself and anybody else who was a Superman fan was really excited about this show. And I thought the idea was so cool, the fact that it was going to show a young Clark Kent who hadn't learned about his powers or his heritage or where he was from or anything like that just yet. I do remember reading, even at that time, and being a little dubious, as I am sometimes, that they were saying it's the first time we'll ever see the view of Clark Kent growing up as the man Clark Kent and not as Superman. And I remember saying, no, they did that on Lois and Clark, and it was based on the John Byrne Man of Steel miniseries from the late 80s, where the Clark Kent persona became the more prominent one, and the one that made more sense always to me, the idea that he grew up as Clark Kent with the Kents. Once that was established, he would always be Clark Kent, and Superman would be the persona he took up when he began fighting crime, or fighting for justice, or for the oppressed, or whatever it was he did. But I remember being excited when Smallville was announced, and I remember getting those TV guides, and I remember looking forward to it coming on, and I kind of feel the same way about Supergirl coming up, even though some of the scenes look a little cheesy, and it's on CBS, so who knows how long it might last or what kind of ratings CBS will require. Let's hope it doesn't go too far down the cheese lane, and let's hope that CBS keeps it on, as long as it's a good show. And some of the trailers and some of the scenes I've seen, and of course Melissa Benoist, makes me think that it has the potential to be very successful. We recently heard that Non's going to be on it, and the Red Tornado is going to be on it, and we keep hearing some other casting announcements daily. Lucy Lane. So it's exciting. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope all of you are too. But for now, back to checking the skies for meteors, and when doing that, remember, always look up.